The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Oh man, it just seems like every time we get on air, something always gotta make me laugh with standby. But hey,
you
it
never know
wouldn't
what's
be.
gonna happen.
Hey, we wouldn't be the perspective if I wouldn't do that. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Raylene Inez,
And I'm Destinee Denise.
and welcome to the Perspective. Man, it felt like it's been 2 weeks too long, but we are back.
It felt like a long time.
It really did.
Like, what you been up to?
Just working. My car broke down.
Oh,
Anime
no.
broke down, but I got a new car by the grace of God. Thank you, Mother. I truly appreciate you and everything that you've done for me.
Aww.
Because without you and this car that I'm driving now, it would have been difficult. So, by the grace of God and the universe, I'm just happy and thankful that I am now driving again with my new baby, Dark Vader.
Right. Dark Vader.
I named the car Dark Vader. I went from a girl to a boy, so he a boy now.
Animated Dark Vader. You did okay. You exploring the wild side. That's cool. That's cool. Interesting.
What you been up to, Destinee?
I just been working, trying to grind, and really, I've been trying to figure out how to. I'm positive in my, in my personal life, but I've been working on how to get it out there and push, to the other people, touch other people. Because I always get compliments on, how I'm so positive, how I give good advice. Like, most people don't know, although I model, I'm pursuing life coaching. I want to be a motivational speaker and a life coach. So I just been working on, trying to practice that. I know I be sounding like a broken record to my friends because I be like, no, you have to think positive. Do not let the negative in your life. Like, I be really preaching to the choir about positivity. So that's all I've been up to. Just, I read my horoscope and it said my life was going to slow down, and I'm a firm believer of, horoscopes and all that, tarot and all that good stuff. So I've been really like, dang, that was true. It slowed down, but it's been a test to my grind and my willingness to persevere and stay, on that track and keep going, even though it slows down.
Absolutely.
Because, like, real talk, like, this is the first time I really haven't had a modeling gig, like, consistently since, like, July.
Really?
Yeah, usually I used to be, like, back to back, like, ooh, yeah, I got this, I got that, you can't stop me, I'm Tyra Banks, but then it just, then it just kind of like, all right, I got, like, one every, like, 2 weeks, like, I got a gig, yeah. Cool. Like, I ain't like, but it's cool though. I'm gonna get back on it. I'm gonna get my tire back on.
These last 4 months of the year is go hard or go home. We are in September now.
Fall is next week.
And I'm so excited because I'm tired of this damn sun. I'm so over the sun. Like, I'm so ready for like a cool 67-degree weather with some Ugg boots and my leggings and my sweaters and, my hair too puff off. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got hair now.
Nice announcement, Ray.
I had to let that be known. True.
You got hair now. That's what's up.
I got hair now. This is the first time I actually worn my hair out since October of last year. So this is the first time I've worn my natural hair.
Well, okay, I see you over there. You rock rough and stuff with your two little pups. Hey, rock on with your bag self.
Hey, so I know you guys are wondering what is today's topic today, and we're talking about sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about bubbles in the tub.
All right.
Okay. Because I'll get my pretty
We're going to go all the way into it.
All right, so that leads us with the question of the day. Can you be happy without sex?
Why are you looking at me like that? Like, can you?
Because can you? Like,
okay, me personally. Like, okay, I'm gonna be 100. Yes, I can be happy because sex is not a factor in my life. Like, it's not even top 5. Probably not even top 10. Probably like more like number like 11 on my list. But that's not really what I'm focused on and what I build my relations on. So yes, I can be happy. I'm more so, you gotta fuck my mind before you fuck my soul. Like, you know, like that's just how I feel. Like, you have to get into my mind before we can even get to, you know, that all of that. So no, it's not really a factor in my life. Some people, yes, it is a factor in their life. That is what, to me, that's what they build their relations off of, sex. Not everybody, but there are some people that, you know, can't be happy about it because, like, for example, you see some people making comments about marriage and they be like, well, how can I hold back you know, on sex before marriage if I don't know how my partner sex is like? You know, it's like, okay, so that's what you're building on. You're not building on their morals and their integrity and their honesty and their, you know, all that generosity, all the values. You're not building on that. You're just looking for something that's on the surface. That's the same thing as looking for attraction. Like, oh, I'm only looking, you know, I'm building based on how you look, your face. But it's like, what about all the other components that make up a person? So I feel like, yes, I can't be happy. Because, so it's playing devil's advocate, what if somebody make you so happy? Like, he does everything, he cooks, he cleans, he just caters to your every need, but his sex is weak. You're gonna give him the X because, you know, he don't got no stroke?
I wouldn't give him the X.
Tiger Woods?
I would teach him.
Yeah, teach him how to have sex.
Yeah. We'll fix it.
It's a little weird, but okay.
Oh, well, I mean, if he's treating me right, I'm not gonna let no other bitch have him.
I mean, I'm not gonna teach him. I'm gonna just let him do what he do. We gonna have to figure out alternatives to sex, but I'm not gonna teach, bro. I'm not. Sorry. Can you be happy without sex? No. You little fiend.
I be having an attitude, like
it's your drug then.
Now.
It's your drug. You got an attitude. Oh my God.
I haven't in like almost 2 weeks. That is a long time.
Girl, you like
but that's not what I make my relationships off of. Is it something that I will like that I like? Yes. Is it something that I want? Yes. Can I be happy without it? I won't be happy, but I mean, if I
you just say you got an attitude.
Okay, I got an attitude, but what I'm saying is, look, this is what I'm saying.
When a black woman has an attitude, you better run, because everything you do after that is gonna irritate her. The way that you breathe, the way that you blink, the way that you change the channel. Why are you changing the channel like that? You're gonna have an attitude about everything.
I kind of have an attitude right now. I haven't had none. It's irritating, but I can be happy without it. I can, you know, do hobbies and like, to get it off my mind, like be with my friends and like read my books.
I don't want to be your horny rebound, okay? I don't want to be the one to get your mind off the sex. I'm sorry. Don't come to me. Now, I can get your mind off anything, but sex, girl, you better go.
Like, you know, like just doing other things. I can be happy. I can't be happy without it.
That's like a drug addict. That's like asking a drug addict, can they be happy without drugs?
I can be happy, but I'm going to just be irritated.
That's not happy then. That's an oxymoron. I'm going to be happy, but I'm going to be irritated. How, Sway? How? How are you going to
explain? Because I'm happy now.
But you're irritated. Well, alrighty then. I don't get her logic. I don't. But
some of the listeners do, and that's what makes it so funny. It's like, I can be happy without sex,
but you're gonna be irritated.
Yep.
Why? Like, be happy, girl. Go get a friend. Go get a dilly.
I'm gonna go get one since you mentioned it. I'm gonna go get one because I was just thinking about one of those too. I
was just playing, man.
We're talking about sex.
I was just y'all could obviously tell I'm the conservative one. I was just playing. I was just a little throw out. Don't you caught the bait with your nasty ass.
Hey, we talking about sex.
No, but generally speaking, like, why, like, if you put that in your category of what that, some people really, sex makes me happy. Okay, when you don't get it, then what? Like,
then they be mad.
But it's like,
it doesn't make me happy.
So when you don't get the D, you don't be glowing, you don't be smiling. You go to work like, hello, hey miss, come on in, baby. That's how you be talking. Like, what you say, baby? What you say, sweetheart? Come on, boo, come on in. You be having pet names for everybody. Come on, baby. Come on, sunshine. Come on in through the gate, baby.
I'm like, come on, ma'am, miss, whatever the first thing that come out my mouth. I done called somebody Sugar Bear before.
That's when you get the D. You be happy. You be like, come on, Sugar Bear. I just personally, I don't put it as something that you should personally build the foundation on. Regarding to relationships. Because, like, yes, that isn't whether they say that's an asset to the relationship, but that
doesn't
make or break it. Yeah, because it's like if you build it on that, like, you'll be subjected to them
for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, and you'll be subjected to so much toxic shit, and we call that dickmatized, and because it makes you happy. Like, that's all you care about. Do you hear that song? Dick to bomb, D2B. Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. So why you won't leave him? Like, that's what, like, cause it's like, that's what ultimately makes you happy. He could do everything under the sun. You could catch bitches in his DMs. You could catch him out late night. But as long as he coming back and piping you down, pipe it up.
Oh,
then you gonna be happy. Why, ladies? Same thing with dudes being, PUSSY whipped. I don't like saying that word.
Oh, my God. No, don't even BS. No, because I caught you saying the pussy word the other day, and you said it so clear. You ain't.
No. When?
You said pussy. When did you say pussy? You said it at Trinae house.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Anyways, we not. See how she be trying to put me on pussy? I don't like. But anyways, that word. Okay. When they be kitty whipped.
Call it kitty whipped.
Whipped by the kitty. Men are subjected to some stuff too, because homeboys be like, bro, like,
girl cheating on you. I know somebody who going through that right now.
I knew somebody like that in college. He was so whipped. Like, he used to be the joke of school because
she have him right where she want him. And when a girl see a sucker, what she gonna do? Lick it like a motherfucker. That's for damn sure.
Lick it like a peppermint swirl.
Oh my goodness. All right. So going on to question number 2. What makes sex taboo? I don't think nothing makes sex taboo, because I feel like sex is something that just come natural, and that's just something that human beings do. So it's like, if that conversation was to pop up and we're talking about sex, that's up to you to say something about it or not. I mean, if you feel like you too immature to listen to it, then walk to the next room. But I mean, sex is something that everybody do. So I don't feel like nothing really makes it taboo.
Well, alrighty then, little freak leak. I feel like society makes sex taboo. Generally speaking, where you live, I'm gonna get all, proper really quick. In Western civilizations, religion plays a big part of making sex taboo. And what I mean by they shun the light on us being natural beings. Like you said, it's natural. It's human nature. It's what we do. But what we do as humans, we battle that morality between human nature and, the tabooness regarding sex. Like, dang, okay, well, I know it's bad, but how do you know it's bad? Because based on what someone told you, based on what, versus you going and, I just always preach to the choir to research things for yourself, especially when it comes to things that are so like, it's not everybody is one way. What makes me research a subject is when I see people on the fence about things. Like, when I see people on different sides of it, I'll be like, okay, well, which side am I on? And I feel like what makes millennials different from everybody else, we're more open and receptive to it, because we're kind of the generation that has been named the ones that are new age religion, but in all actuality, we're just spiritual beings. But generations prior to us, they were, the Bible thumpers. They gonna throw the Bible at you in a minute. Thou shalt not shack up. Like, all that good stuff. Like, you're not supposed to do that. So,
I hear that daily.
But us, we're more open. Like, okay, let me explore my, even with exploring sexuality, it's more, millennials that are like, okay, well, let me test the waters. Let me see. And, with Western civilization, they gotta label everything. So everybody gotta walk around with a label. label, but us, we're just like, we're just natural beings in our natural habitat, just trying to
doing what we like to do.
Test the water, like doing what we do best. Why? What? Is that what you do best, Raylene? Really? Is that what you do best?
I think I'm just too excited to be talking about this on the show.
Doing what we do best. I mean, that's not what I do best, but I feel like this girl. Yeah, we're very, and especially when it comes to us talking about sex, we're more open, and I feel like that is something that separates us as well, because when in a open public setting, people will give you the strongest side eye if you be like, yeah, girl, I went to Brian's house last night and we had sex. They're gonna be like, oh my god, is she talking about sex? Like, okay, you act like like it's something like real, like it's not like I'm coming in here with a play-by-play description of how we did it and what we did. Now that's a little disrespectful, I feel like, when it comes to discussing sex. It's like, okay, certain things, like, all right, keep it to a minimum. Like you, for example, keep it to a minimum. I don't want to know when he put it on, how he put it on, how he put it in, when he, like, I don't want to know all of that, Raylene. And she be so loud with it, like, yeah, he, whoop-de-whoop, I'm not going, because I'm not going to say what she be saying, but he whoop-de-whoop-whoop, you know how we be explaining, he whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, and then whoop-de-whoop. No, but seriously, when it comes to us talking and just, just generally expressing ourselves, like, even with dudes, it'd be like, oh my God, why are they talking about that? You could talk about everything else under the sun. You could talk about the death, the devil, having babies, all of that. But where do you think babies come from? Sex. So we should be allowed to talk about it, okay?
Exactly. I like to talk about it if it comes up. But if it don't,
if it come up, you probably be the one that bring it up.
No, not in all conversations. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm just a start talking person and be like, hey, what you like to do? Nope, that's not how I come off.
Nope, nah.
But if we some grown people and we talking about it, then we talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like we're really breaking the whole taboo surrounding it. Because look what you just said at the beginning. You said, I don't really think there's anything taboo about sex. Like, you was like real firm with your answer, and you was strong in that belief. And that's a part of us breaking those barriers, because like I said, religion plays a big part in that. It absolutely does. No sex before marriage type thing, and all of those.
Because I don't even understand why you can't have sex before marriage. But we gonna get into that on the What's Your Perspective part of the show. Please check us out after the break. We'll be right back.
So pretty, reggae. Yeah, pretty, reggae. Oh, pretty, reggae. Oh, pretty, reggae. Pretty, reggae. Oh, 5 in the morning, and I'm talking dirty to you. About you and me, let's talk about bubbles in the tub, let's talk about making love, let's talk about cherries on top, girl, it's going down. Said I wanna talk dirty to you, baby, on the hotline.
The sun ain't up, but I had to call ya, 'cause I'm home alone, lusting for ya. I'm in my room, nothing but a towel on. Take them granny panties off, put a thong on. I love it when I hear you moan. You got this sexy tone that turns your boy on. You in a complete the city on the fan line with nothing but a baby T on. You the kind of girl that's sexy in some boxer shorts. I'm the kind of player that make you ride it like a Porsche. Yeah, I met you on MySpace. Now I'm about to fly you out to my place in the morning.
5 in the morning, and I'm talking dirty to you. about you and me. Let's talk about bubbles in the tub. Let's talk about making love. Let's talk about cherries on top. Girl, it's going down.
You on my screen. You better keep staying in the box, girl. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Welcome back to The Perspective. If you are just now tuning in with us, we are talking about the nasty, the bump and grind, the SEX. I had to get that out.
The nasty, the bump and grind, the noodle, the oodles, and doodles. No, I'm just kidding.
And on this week's segment on What's Your Perspective, our first topic is the birds and the bees. So, Destinee, how did you learn about the birds and the bees?
I was really in a trance because I wasn't expecting you to ask me that. I really never really fully learned about the birds and the bees. Okay, so let me tell y'all this story. Okay, so my parents never have to talk with me about sex or whatever. They've never. One time my mom, like, she was talking about somebody else's kids, talking about how the lady put her kids on birth control. She's like, if y'all ever want to get on birth control, let me know. I didn't even know about sex. I'm like, what the hell is birth control? Anyways, when I was in the 5th grade, my teacher, he gave us a paper to take home to our parents to sign for us to watch this video. Now, normally I didn't really care about the paper. Like, I just took it home, like, oh, sign this or whatever. But something told me to read it, so I read it. I'm like, learn about sex. I'm like, what? The title of the movie we was learning was like all about sex. Bruh. I was in the 5th grade. So you know what I did? I forged a signature for me not to see it because I was scared. I was scared. So I forged my mama's signature to, it was like 2 parts. It was like, if you want your child to see this video, sign here or whatever. It was like, if you do not want your child to participate, your child will be sent to another classroom. I just scribbled as best as I can, and I turned it back in.
You was smart.
And I got off with seeing the birds and the bees, but I remember my classmates telling me, my teacher, it was a part on the video, and it was like, why do ladies moan when they have sex? And my teacher was like, 'cause it feels good. I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't in that class. Like, I used to hate being in awkward situations like that. Like, my parents, you know, like, black kids, you know, when you used to be watching TV with your mama or your daddy, or you watching a movie and the sex scene come up and they be like, cover your eyes. You be like this.
But you really be peeking.
You be really getting that peek on. But it's just hilarious to see that with the birds and the bees, I really didn't learn about it. My parents didn't tell me. It was just kind of like, as life went on, I kind of put the pieces together based on what I learned, what I saw, and what I heard. How did you learn about the birds and the bees?
I learned about the birds and the bees. I was in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And the same thing happened. You know, parent got to sign it. I just gave it to my mama. I didn't think to read the paper. My mom signed it. I went to class. I learned about sex. I learned about my menstrual and, you know, what happens, how it's supposed to feel and all that. And I just remember just watching it like, so this is, and I remember them trying to put the condom on. Like he really, I was just like, I don't get it. I really didn't get it. Like, I was just looking at that like, okay, but I don't even have a period. Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, and I remember my mom was like, so how was the class? I was like, what you learn? I was like, Mama, I didn't pay. I'm thinking in my head, like, I didn't pay attention to none of that.
That's funny. I don't think anybody really paid attention. I think we're too young to learn about it. To really understand it, to fully, like, understand what goes on. I didn't start
fully understanding it till about, like, 8th grade. 8th grade is when I really understood what sex was and what happens and everything.
I don't know what age did I... You know what? I was very, like... I learned... Like, I fully understood what happened, I think, 7th grade. Because that's when, in 7th grade, you take health.
Yeah.
That's when I remember, like, really fully learning about the egg and, you know, the tube, fallopian tube, and all that good stuff. I feel like nowadays, like with this generation, like more and more, like we're distancing ourselves away from that quote unquote talk, because I feel like more kids have access to so much, like with technology and the internet, so they're kind of like learning on their own, so to speak, like especially with social media. Like it's so easy, like now you can follow porn stars on Instagram, like like nuts. That, you know, like it's just, I feel like more and more kids, you know, they're especially with that, especially because I know for a fact if they on YouTube, they're watching porn. Like it's like, I don't care what you say. Like if they research, if they like if your son, sometime your little freaky little daughters, if your son is advanced at YouTube, check his browser history. I bet you're gonna see a porn site in there. I bet you, like, especially. And I know this from experience because I have a 13-year-old nephew. I ain't got no kids. Y'all thought I was about to say kid, huh? I have a 13-year-old nephew. And I know his little knucklehead friends be talking about sex. And even when I was in middle school, kids was like, it was the idea floating around. I don't know if people was really doing it, but people was talking. You know, people was. Sure was. You had your little rumors. You had your little rumors and stuff. So I know now, and it's sometimes I read stories like about kids, you know, getting caught doing stuff. So I know for a fact, my nephew, he told me a story about how his classmate talking about she seen her stepdad like porn collection.
What? Because kids run into that too.
Exactly.
Because I ran into something like that.
But just imagine like the word of mouth, like how it travels between kids. Because now I feel like kids are more like talkative, more than ever. Back then, it was taboo. Like we can't talk about that. We didn't talk about certain things when we were younger. Some people, you know, the little badass kids, they did. Yeah. But for the most part, we were real like. It sheltered. It was like, what is that? Like, what
seriously?
What is? She had a baby, pregnant. What?
High school. That's where.
Yeah, that's when it got real because people getting pregnant. Real. I remember I had a teammate get pregnant.
What?
Yes, I think I was what grade I was in. I think I was in like the 10th or 11th grade.
I seen one of my friends.
She was younger than me too. You see what?
I seen one of my friends have sex in high school. Yes.
Oh wow!
Like. For me, like, I was exposed to some shit.
And that's another thing, kids being exposed, because if you got, like, I had one of my old friends, like, in middle school, like, she was dating, like, when we was, like, 7th grade, was, like, what, 12, 13? It was dudes in, like, 10th, 11th grade coming up to the school to see her, coming up to the middle school. So it's like, I
knew girls like that too.
Yeah, so I feel like now, and another thing that plays a part with it too is like some of these kids don't look like kids no more.
That too, they be having
so when these old men be sliding in their DMs and all that, like it just.
I still tell men I'm 16.
What?
I still do.
I be lying about that when when you be outside the grocery store and people be asking you, can you sign stuff? I be like, I'm not over.
You worse than me.
Wow. Yeah.
I signed the paper.
For what? What do I need to sign the paper for?
Shoot, help a brother out.
Not helping nobody. No, I'm just kidding.
See?
No, but seriously though, with that birds and the bees talk, like I wonder how it would be if I did have that talk with my parents.
I don't think my mom couldn't even talk to me about that. My mom had to find out I was having sex through her peeping through my stuff.
Oh my Lord! I feel like parents are scared because
they don't want to know that truth.
And no, if they do tell us, they feel like we're just gonna go do it.
Right.
But I feel like if you have that talk and really explain versus just saying, don't have sex, don't have sex, don't have sex, you better not be having sex.
That was my mom's problem.
What is that? Like, what is that teaching your child? You know, like kids, we know sex, we know what the bump and grind is, but they don't know, the repercussions like STDs and pregnancy and all those other things, especially, when you have, people don't know this, when females have sex at a young age, they're at a higher exposure to ovarian cancer. Cause you're dealing, you're messing with your lady parts too early. basically.
I didn't know
But yeah, so it's like we don't get that explanation. We don't know that. So just going through life, you better not have sex. Like, it's like,
that's bad, because it makes your kids wonder,
why you don't want me to have sex?
Why you don't want me
because
to
it
do
feel
that?
good? All right, I'm going to keep doing it. But they don't know. I'm stupid. Because it feel good. No. But because, we don't talk to your children, man. I said if I do have children, I'm going to be open and honest with them about the birds and the bees. At an appropriate age. You're not going to be 5 and I'm going to be telling you what sex is. Like, come on now. But at an appropriate age to where I feel like where I was exposed, I feel like that's where
I was fully exposed by 13.
What? I feel like something was crawling on me. Fully exposed?
Yeah. Like, I knew what sex was and everything by 13 years old.
Yeah, me too. Because, yeah.
I was like 13.
Yeah, right. Yep, it was like going into...
Because that's when I got my period.
Oh. Why you keep talking about that, damn? We not talking about periods. We talking about sex.
But I just remember, because when I got it, that's when me and my mama kind of had a talk, but she didn't, like, go into full detail about it. Like, she was just like, oh, okay, you a woman now, so that means you can't have sex. That's exactly what she said.
Wow.
So that means don't have sex right now.
What?
I was just like,
alrighty then. I feel like, especially at that pivotal moment, you should really talk to your children, like, and give them that talk.
She said she said you a woman, but you can't have sex. So
I feel like that's where it started, like, in the 90s. Like, right after that, like, people was like, we not giving our kids sex talk. Because that's when, I feel like that, I read a lot of statistics. I feel like that's when the trend of pregnancy started jumping. Like, but it's backwards, because I feel like you should have had to talk.
Right. Parents should have talked to us. I wish my mama did.
Yeah, me too.
All right, now talking about stigmas surrounding sex. This is something that I dearly hate, because I feel like there shouldn't be no stigmas, honestly. Like virginity. Like, if a woman isn't a virgin, she isn't pure, and she can't wear white on her wedding day. I'm gonna wear white regardless. Because I just feel like it's the classiest color. I think I should wear it to my wedding.
I don't even want to wear white because I'm clumsy and I get white dirty. So it's cool. I'm pure in my mind and my soul, though. But I definitely agree with you with the virginity thing. For me, it's... to me, I feel like a lot of the stigmas of sex really target women.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to the virginity thing. When a male loses his virginity, he
the man.
Like, that's it. Like... But if a woman loses her virginity, it makes her impure. So what are you, my guy? Like, what are you? Just as dirty as I am, you dirty dog. Like, it doesn't make sense. And in other cultures, like, when you read, like, about other parts of the world, how when they get married and stuff, like, they go look for the virgin and she got to be a virgin and all of that. I read a story about a woman. She killed herself because when she got married, her parents, not sold her, but, had an arranged marriage. And her husband was so adamant that she wasn't a virgin. Like, he used to, like, take her to the doctor to, like, get tests ran on her, like, all type of stuff. And then he had the nerve, after all of this, to tell her, well, I deserve to be able to have another wife because you're not pure, so I need a wife who's pure. And she killed herself. And these stigmas are so what's the word I'm looking for? It's not aggressive, but it's so, like, targeting women, and and
that's deep.
Yeah, it's really it hits, because it's like, why are women being the ones targeted? Like, when it comes to this whole, and I think, like I was saying earlier with the tabooness of sex, it drives back to your religion. Religion plays a big part in creating the social stigmas regarding sex, because when it comes to, like, I say, like, the generation gap, like, a lot of, once again, millennials, we don't really... if you're a virgin, it's like, okay, cool, like you're saving yourself. That's what's up. That's a noble thing. Like that you know, that's respect. I give you your props. But then other generations, like you know, prior to, because back then, you know, a lot of our parents and well, not even parents and grandparents and stuff were getting married at a young age.
15.
Yeah, like a lot of members in my family, my mom, you know, would say that they got married at like 16, 17, 18 type thing, you know? So it's really interesting because also they say millennials are the lowest
to get married.
Yeah, we're at the lowest rate of marriage right now, but we at the highest sex rate and STD rate. It's a little backwards, but it's like, because we're, you know, it's just human nature to me. That's how I feel about with that stigma and with virginity. And
I hate the sleeping around stigma.
Yeah, that's definitely
like
the woman is a hoe.
Yeah, like a girl is a hoe, or you know, she's a slut for sleeping with multiple guys. But if a man sleeps,
he
with
a slut too.
Exactly. There's no double standard to this. Like, I don't understand why people like it's a double standard. No, it's not. It's the same exact.
Literally,
thing.
like.
Man, y'all act like.
Yeah, that stigma is definitely...
Fellas, get it together, please, because y'all some hoes just as much as, you know, but it's like, that y'all claim that are hoes. That's
to me,
not
it's
cool.
like, what makes you a hoe? Like,
exactly.
What is that definition? Okay, because she's had multiple partners? She's exploring herself. I feel like this, as long as you're... Why does people be like... Oh, if your body count is higher than your age, like your hoe. Granted, you probably might need to go get help for your addiction, but that doesn't make you a hoe, because how do we know how you having sex with these people? We don't know if you doing, you know, threesomes, twosomes, foursomes. I don't know if you banging them twice in one night, like, how, or what if they just, it was over a period of time. Yeah, I slept with 23 people. It is what it is. Like, I'm grown, I'm human, I know what I'm doing. I feel like as long as you're safe about it, like,
you can do,
and you're protecting yourself, you can do you. You're your own being. Can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody tell you what's right. And a lot of people, they let those social stigmas define them. Like, what is, like, you know, what is a slut? What is a whore? Like, I feel like these were things derived from a male perspective.
Yeah, they were.
That's how I feel they were derived from a male perspective, because the stigmas are targeting women. When it comes to that whole sleeping around thing, a man can lay down and do what he wants. Or same thing with cheating. Cheating, and that's a stigma too. If you're in a relationship and a man cheats, we have to take him back. We have to, you know.
But the men ain't even trying to
forgive
take a woman
him.
back.
But if a woman cheats, it's like, no, I'm done. I'm good. Like,
you broke my heart.
Yeah, you a hoe. Like, you this, you that. But it's like,
what? You did the same thing I did, bro.
Yeah, and not that I necessarily agree with the tit for tat, but it's like, what makes you any different? You guys did the same exact thing. That'll be like, if a woman kills somebody and a man kills somebody, y'all both killers, right?
Right.
It's not, oh no, I killed him because you justifying the reason. It don't matter. You're still a killer. Like, same thing with sleeping around. Like, you're just promiscuous. That's what you like. You're a seductive. You're a seductive spirit. That's what you have. You're a sexual being. Like, it's nothing wrong with that, because some people's sexual sacral energy is more
higher than the others.
Sometimes you have to find that balance, but that sex drive, it's a powerful thing, especially when it's on turbo. You can't stop a person on turbo. So I just feel like also with stigma surrounding sex workers.
What is
a sex worker, a prostitute, escorting, porn.
Okay.
That's sex work. Stigma surrounding that is, you know, people automatically assume if you're doing that, a lot of people associate the escort and prostitution with women, but men is out here prostituting too.
Oh, my
God. You just put him out. Okay. Men is out here prostituting too. That's right, out here prostituting. See? Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen, a male prostitute.
Men be tricking just as much as women be. It's the same thing.
Exactly. But they don't want to consider themselves a prostitute. They don't want to. They would never label themselves a prostitute, but they'll be quick to call a female a prostitute.
Bro, I had to. He know he a hoe. He knows it.
But that's another stigma. That's another stigma that because men don't get a title, they just out here.
They just men. It's okay because he's.
They call it tricking. No, that's prostitution. You're selling your body. You're selling your penis for some money, for some moolah. But
hey, you do what you gotta do. Huh?
You gotta do what you gotta do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a general stigma. How people shun, how people bash people who do that, who sell their bodies. I feel like you're entitled to do whatever you want with this vessel that you have. If you want to put a fucking tattoo on it, if you want to pierce it, if you want to sell your body, do you, boo-boo? Do you? Because it don't have nothing to do with Destinee Denise.
Exactly.
It's not affecting my body. It's not affecting how I live, how I breathe, how I sleep. So do you by all means. Once again, just be careful and be safe. That's all I have to say about that. Exactly. But a lot of people, they just, oh my God, I can't sell my body. Okay, well don't. Go get a job. It's not like, why are you sitting up just constantly, picking at someone who decides to sell their body? Another thing that I don't really understand, like, well, I'm gonna start researching it more, is the laws set up surrounding sex workers.
Okay, the law? What?
You can't. The laws that are set up surrounding sex workers. You're not able to sell your body. You go to jail for that. You go to jail for prostitution.
Oh yeah.
You go to jail. So it's kind of interesting. It's like, why, playing devil's advocate, why do I have to go to jail because I'm selling a service?
That makes perfect sense.
It's kind of like,
I never thought of it that way.
But then it's also like, I'm playing devil's advocate again. I see why it's a law, because technically money is property of the U.S. Treasury. So it's like it's not really monetary. If you read a dollar or like any type of bill, it'll say like this bill is property of like. So technically, it's kind of weird to explain. I'm gonna come back to y'all on this. I had it in my head, but it's kind of like I could see.
Now you got my mind wondering. Like, yeah, ain't this about a?
Yeah, like.
So what you mean the money is like property of the U.S.? Like,
yeah, girl. The value of the U.S. dollar ain't nothing. Remember back in the day? Real quick, pause. Remember back in
I made it.
But you're property of the state too. I mean, not of the state, of this country.
I'm property.
Your social security number, girl.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot. You right. Ain't that better? When you think about it,
yeah, it's like a hierarchy. It's a pyramid. But we're at the way
bottom,
bitch. We at the bottom, bitch. We below the pyramid.
We right there with you at the bottom.
We right there next to the dirt. No, I'm just kidding. But another thing that. With the porn, you don't really hear about people being porn stars. Like, I've never heard of nobody I personally knew, except...
I know somebody that's a porn star.
I don't know nobody that's a porn star, but you know everybody, if you live in L.A., you know about Brian Pumper. Or
Mr. Marcus.
You know about Brian Pumper. Or Mr. Marcus, yes. Or you know about Pinky.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not about to go down the list, but...
Capri Style.
Shut up. But with the porn industry, it's kind of I don't really hear about any like stigmas, because I've never been around that, but I would assume that people, I don't know, how would you feel? Like, I wouldn't say anything about that, like, as long as you're being safe. If any, like, I wonder how would you feel, like, hypothetically speaking, if you told your grandma you was a porn star?
She'll kill me. I'll be dead. Well, I'll be on the first 48. Like, how did Raylene Inez die?
Oh, Lord.
My grandma gonna be like,
She gonna go to jail. She gonna go to jail. She better have her Bible in her cross because she's going to jail.
Okay. My family would kill me.
Nah, but another thing, like, dealing with the stigma surrounding sex, although they're not sex workers, they kind of fall in a weird category, but strippers. A lot of people assume because someone strips, they're automatically opening their legs to someone.
That's not true, because I knew somebody who paid their way through school.
You know, some people, like, yeah, it's some strippers, you know, they do some strange for a little bit strange. That's cool. That's your own prerogative. But you can't just generally make a broad assumption about a whole group of women. Like,
I like strippers.
Yeah, I love them strippers. No, I'm just kidding. But you can't make that, you know, just that
general assumption of those
because they're all sleeping that, you know. Or
that's not right.
You know what I heard? Don't quote me on this. I said I heard it through the streets. You didn't hear it from me. I heard a lot of the male strippers are gay.
I can believe that. I can.
I've never personally been to a male strip club, but
because I be seeing videos and stuff, and I just I don't feel like all of them are gay, because some of them are really not. Some people just like to do the entertainment, but it just be like certain vibes, like they just be a little weird, like how they be so okay.
My neighbor was a stripper. My neighbor was.
I just be looking like if they like,
they be feeling on one another.
Yeah.
The males. Shut up.
In the video, that's why I'm like, yeah, they be like doing all that, and they be on the pole. Girl, yeah, they be really getting it.
Yeah, that's not something I will be interested in.
That's why I don't know if at my bachelorette party, I don't know if I can just have penises just doing all this around me. I don't think I can handle that. I think I'll be like better off with women strippers than men.
I'll pass on the mandingo. Nah, but real talk though, like when it comes to those, you know, stripping and stuff, they really, people are, oh, she a hoe. Why? Because she's showing her body. Like, that's another stigma. So it's not necessarily sex, but it's with women not being able to
be okay
free the nip. Like, we're not able to. You know, that's considered new, but it's like a male has the same exact thing as me. He has a chest, he has areolas, and he has a nipple. Some of these big niggas got bigger things than mine, and they're able to walk out, breast out, chest out, and I'm not. That's disrespectful. I'm hot under this too. Like,
right.
But that's another stigma that it's kind of like, okay, it's an interesting thing because we've built the idea of over-sexualizing the woman. That's what I feel like. We're over-sexualized. When I can't even walk down, I will stand up and show y'all my outfit, but I'm going to show y'all. I can't even walk down the street with this without somebody looking at me and ooh, baby, you so thick, baby, your legs, baby. Like, bruh, back up. Give me 50 feet. You know, like, it sucks. I can't walk down the street with my arms out and my chest up without men looking at my breasts. Like, I have to cover up sometimes. So it's like, it's hard. It's hard being a woman in society because men every day, like,
it's like y'all be sexing us with your eyes, and we know y'all doing it because it's be how y'all look. Y'all eye be like this.
Yeah, y'all energy be so like,
y'all just be looking,
looking with your looking ass,
and then I just be like,
right,
I be just like this, like. Because I'm one of the free the nip type people. I don't wear bras a lot. So.
Yeah, right on.
So I like, they be looking. And sometimes it doesn't bother me, but sometimes when y'all just be like.
Yeah, dang. You trying to.
Looking like a pit bull with a pink thing hanging out. That gets annoying.
No, seriously though. Like. Over-sexualizing our bodies, and we're not being able to just express ourselves as the beautiful beings that we are. A lot of women shelter themselves because they're scared of a man. They're scared of men's energy. Yeah,
because y'all be so aggressive.
Too aggressive.
It's not cool, fellas. It's not cool. I mean, y'all can admire a woman, but y'all ain't gotta be with the extras like
a dog in heat. Like a dog in heat.
Like a dog in heat, baby. I cracked myself up. Oh. Why are you just looking at me like
I'm waiting for you to move on. You keep laughing at yourself, cornball.
Hey, I know I'm a corny person. It's funny to me. Okay, moving on. All right. Safer the better. So, the safer you have sex, the better.
Oh my God. If that wasn't the poorest infomercial, the safer you have sex, ladies and gentlemen, the better. To me, with safe sex, I broke it into 3 different categories. I broke it into STDs, pregnancies, and abstinence and celibacy. When it comes to STDs, I feel like there should be more talks about that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people try to shun the idea of you can't get things, but it's inevitable. It's life. It's going to happen. I feel like there should be more ways to prevention. Like, yeah, we get, like, okay, people going to be like, we do get prevention. Like, okay, yes, we do talk about safe sex and abstinence. True. But I personally feel like what creates an STD? STDs don't just come out of thin air.
They don't.
It comes off of germs, off of, things forming. I feel like if we had better lessons on being taught on how to take care of our well-beings, it'll better the environment. It'll better our surroundings because we know, like, we're healthy. Like, we're healthy beings. Like, for example, so I seen a tweet. Somebody said Bryson Tiller ain't ate vegetables and fruit in 10 years. And somebody said his nut probably tastes like battery acid. That could be a key factor in STDs. You not eating your fruits and veggies. Not saying that Bryson Tiller got STDs. But I'm saying, like, with better taking care of our bodies. Like, because it's not... You don't just go like, hey, I'm going to go to the STD and get an STD clinic, like, and pass it to somebody else. Like, it forms off of something. Like,
yeah, it do. That makes sense.
It forms off of, bacteria. That's the word I was looking for. I said germs like a little kid. Bacteria and the bacteria within us, and taking better steps to
cleaning yourself from more
cleaning your inside hygiene. Yeah, like, we have personal hygiene, you ain't musty and all that, but better well care on the inside. Exactly, because what you put in must come out, and when it comes out, it come out in the form of weird shit sometimes. So that's why I feel like when it comes to STDs, we don't talk about that because it's kind of like
it's a very touchy topic.
I feel like that's a stigma too. Like, if you have an STD, like, you're dirty or anything like that. Like, some people, he had an STD. Yeah, and I used to hear stuff like that in high school. Like, he had an STD. Because
I knew a guy who he had cold sores and he would have outbreaks, and people would think like, oh, like, I felt so bad because it was like people can get cold sores and herpes.
But cold sores is a form of herpes.
It's a form, it's genital 1. It's that's what it is. That's technically herpes. And it's just like, that's so messed up because they get so judged. But it's like, he could have got, herpes can be in your bloodline.
He could have got a bum bump.
Herpes could be in your bloodline. Like, you can give birth to your child and your child can have it.
Yep.
It could be, that's something that can be genetic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bruh, like, let's not take judgment on people who have STDs, because I wouldn't want to be judged, or I know you wouldn't want to be, anybody who wouldn't want to be judged.
Definitely not.
And looked down upon because you have that. And you don't even know you don't even know what type of precautions the person took or anything like that.
Yep. That's definitely true.
When it does come to STDs, and when you talk about it with your partner, or whatever, your
and
doctor,
that's another thing, people get scared to talk about that, like, to disclose
partners.
that. Yes. Like, I feel like it creates a better, disclose that. You don't want to, like, and that's where it gets passed on because people are scared to talk about it. True. Like, tell somebody, go get help. There are so many alternatives to,
people be ashamed.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like slut shaming. People be STD shaming, like,
and that's not cool. Mm-mm. We should all encourage one another.
Yeah, to go get help. Like, you don't see people out here cancer shaming people,
right? Like, they be quick to donate for them.
It's just something that happens. It's part of life, and we need to take better steps of prevention. Like, people coming up with cures, but it's like, what created it in the first place? Let's backtrack to that instead of trying to create something that's going to have a counter reaction and going to create side effects that we already. Oh, it might cause death. What? What you mean?
That really be how
like, it might cause nausea, heartburn, constipation, liver cancer. Like, what?
I don't want none of that.
Like, it just be saying some crazy stuff on the commercial. I'd be like, why would I even take that?
I had to take some antibiotics, and the side effects was diarrhea, and it really made me go to the bathroom, and I was stuck on the toilet, and I was so mad.
Sitting on the toilet. Remember that Vine? Sitting on the toilet. No flush. When it comes to pregnancy, this is a touch and go subject for me because I'm doing everything humanly possible not to get pregnant.
That part.
But for my peers, I can't say the same because people be popping up pregnant on Instagram every day. Bars. I say that because when it comes to the safer the better, I'm noticing a lot of people aren't caring, and I've had conversations with numerous people to where I've heard a similar comment of where males make the comment of, I'm gonna sound so vulgar, but this is what they say, and I quote, "Let me nut in you." What?
They do say that.
What? Do you know what comes after that, my dude? Do you know if I'm ovulating, my dude? Like, do you know what happens after that, my dude? Like, no.
The sperm swims.
No.
And then it sits there and it waits for the egg to come
You're
down.
not waiting on my huevos.
And then boom, and then this thing called an embryo forms, and then that's how
Implantation. I'm not doing none of that, honey. I'm not ready. But it's really not funny, but it's interesting because it's like back then people used to be scared, like, oh no, I ain't getting, oh no, Brian, I ain't getting her pregnant. I'm taking her to more of that. It's not my baby. Now you making the comment, let me, do you what? And I seen a funny Instagram post. It was like, nowadays people get pregnant and then get to know each other the 9 months during the pregnancy. Like, how does that work? You get pregnant and then I remember, I swear, one time I was in Planned Parenthood, like just getting a checkup or whatever, and it was a girl and a guy in there, and they were doing the whole like abortion thing, and she was signing the paper, and I swear to y'all, this fool said, "Dang, I never knew your signature looked like that." What? Oh yeah, y'all in the right place. I'm sorry, like, not that I agree with abortion or anything, that's your own prerogative, but it's like, you don't even notice. He didn't even know what your signature looked like. Like, that's cool. The part of you're not getting to know a person before you bringing a baby into this world. Like, it's so much regarding like pregnancy. I was just telling my friend today, like, I'm not bringing in a baby into this world until I know your family history. What runs in your bloodline? What runs in my bloodline? What are we potentially going to pass on to my child before I have a baby with you? And that takes time to learn all that stuff about somebody. That takes time. So ain't no babies coming from Destinee Denise soon. Abstinence and celibacy, that's a whole thing. People think that it's just for religious purposes. To me, no. I became celibate from a soul searching standpoint. I had to figure out what was I doing, where am I, what is my place right now in life. Like, I don't need to just be out here fucking, that's not, and to me, sex is a sacred energy exchange, and a lot of the times I'm an empath, so my energy was being pulled, so I'm like, nah, fam, let me take a step back, let me reevaluate, let me see where I'm going and what I'm doing, and that's how it was. The safer the better. That's how I'm safe.
The safer the better. Celibacy, abstinency, let me touch on that just real quick. Did I ever have I was one of them who went on breaks. Like, I'll do like a cool 3-month break, then have sex, and then 3-month break.
I feel it.
Like, I've done that because I didn't feel like I needed to be doing it every day, and I wasn't with somebody like,
oh no,
like, this is when I was like single. So it was like when I was single, I would have sex like a couple of days out the week, and then like not do it for like 3 to like 5 months, and then hit you up again and want to do it again. Only because I just, at that time, I felt like I don't need to be doing it all like this and like that. I felt like I was just nervous and scared then, because what you hear from everybody, your surroundings and stuff like that. So when I was having sex, that was just more so like every 3 to 5 months. I swear to God,
I feel it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Safer the better.
Absolutely. The safer the better, you know. Everybody wear condoms. Go get checked
go
out.
With a PSA.
Right. So, you know, safer the better, guys. And any last comments? No? Mm-mm. So that was this week's episode of The Perspective. Please be sure to tune in every Thursday. My name is Raylene Inez. You can find me on Instagram at Raylene Inez with 2 Z's, Raylene Inez with 1 Z on Twitter, and Rada Rose with 3 A's on Snapchat. Destinee, tell them where you can tell Tell them where they can find you at. I haven't did that in so long.
You said that with aggression.
Get it out.
I'm going to just give out my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Destinee Denise, DESTINY, with 3 E's on the end of Denise, DENISEEE. In the place to be.
Oh, Lord. All right, that wraps up this week's episode. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you. Bye.
Why do you always do that? We do it like, bye.